Well, the moment we've been waiting for, no big surprise, but Heidi, on behalf of the Raven Foundation, it is with our pleasure to present you with the 2010 Raven Award for Excellence in Arts and Entertainment. So I need to let you know what this consists of. The award is an original sculpture commissioned by the Raven Foundation. It's a triangle that has our little motto that goes around the three sides, and a leaf from a raven. Sorry, called a feather. We also have for you a personalized autographed copy of Renee Girard's book on Dostoevsky. And a honorarium of $5,000. So we want to thank you for expressing the mission of the Raven Foundation in such an entertaining and transformative theatrical experience.
Oh my gosh. This is like both thrilling and embarrassing. I'm not good at receiving compliments. It's like both my dreamiest dream and my worst nightmare all at the same time. But no, really, it's mostly my dreamiest dream. It means so much to me to be honored by the Raven Foundation for my adaptation and production of The Brothers Karamazov. For you guys know the book as well as I do, and you admire it as much as I do. And my greatest fear doing this show, because it did seem like an insane attempt. My greatest fear was that I would disappoint my fellow Brothers K lovers. And it feels like a great achievement that you guys approve of the production and that you enjoy the production. So, thank you so much. The Brothers Karamazov is my favorite book. My husband was just saying to Suzanne that, like, ever since he's known me, I've been talking about the book. And he's known me a long time. I'm older than I look. And it's true. I read it in high school, and I just fell in love with it, and I kept reading it. I think I read it probably 5 or 6 times before I finally decided to adapt it. And it's just a genius book by a genius author. The material is both populist and profound at the same time. It's such an interesting mix. The material is like, the plot is just full of fireworks and like juicy explosions of action and drama, but it's also full of the deepest and most gripping spiritual and moral questions that a human can wrestle with. It's just a remarkable book, and if you haven't read it, you really should. And it was utterly confounding to reduce it. It was just an insane task. But, you know, it's so rich thematically. The quote that always like jumps out at me, as well as the one that you quoted, is, "God and the devil are at war, and the battlefield is the human heart." I mean, that sentence alone, like, that just holds so much, you know, that we have both things in us battling at all times. I just find that so rich and profound. And then the thing that just really grabbed me, that's always grabbed me, is that idea that Father Zosima has, that all is like an ocean, and a touch in one place sets off motion at the other end of the earth. The idea that our every action like ripples out, ripples forth into the world, and we'll really never know the effect of that ripple, but yet it's there. And we'll never know like the the web that's binding us all. I just find that so terrifying and so inspiring at the same time. And what I learned, I often feel as an adapter, that like I get more out of it than anybody does, because I get to live like with the work, with like these genius works of art, and like kind of dissect them and learn so much about them. And one thing I didn't realize about the book until I started working at it, that the plot is a perfect reflection of the theme. Everything that anybody does like sets off something else in the book, and it just becomes this crazy web. And that was so interesting to realize that that it was just, it's such a profound work. And I feel like that is the way life is. And we'll never know, like we'll never be able to be above and see how what we've done, the choices we've made have affected the world. But yet, we are and we do affect. I feel like the book is kind of the deepest cry of the human soul, which is a very extravagant statement. But, you know, why are we here? Is there a God? Like the scene that we just saw. There can't be a God, and yet there must be a God. Like both of those ideas at the same time vibrating. What happens when we die? I love at the very end, this little boy who's been sick all through the book or the play has died, and Alyosha is with these boys who at first in the beginning of the book had thrown stones at him. He was an outcast and they were making fun of him. And because of Alyosha, they became friends with him, and by the end they were dear friends. And they're gathered around the grave, and the little boy called Kolya, you know, asked Alyosha, you know, what happens? You know, are we going to heaven? Are we going to see each other again? And Alyosha says, you know, yes, I believe that we will see each other and we will tell each other all that has been. And that, to me, is just, Anyhow, I love the book, as you can see. I feel like it resonates very much in today's world. I've told Suzanne that, like when I saw Obama give that 2004 speech to the Democratic Convention, and he was, you know, I never quote this right, but he was saying, you know, if there's a child on the South Side that can't read, my life is poorer. Like that idea, I was like, Rick, it's the Brothers Karamazov. It's like that's what the, you know, that idea is that we're all connected, and if somebody's hurting, it makes our life poorer. If somebody's soaring, it makes our life better. Like just that idea that, I don't know, I find that so profound. You don't have to be huge in the world to make a difference. So anyhow, I'm gonna stop now. Because now I'm going off my page, off my script. But I just wanted to thank you guys so much, and thanks to my Looking Glass colleagues saying all those ridiculously nice things about me, and you guys for your interest, your support, and this like amazing award. I just thank you so much.